with podcast number 2. We are back with Select 3. I'm Badger, and I'm joined by Dan is the best, Dan, and Oli21 Lee. How you doing, guys?
Morning, Jim. Hello, I'm doing good, thank you. I'm doing good.
Good.
It's a good day to be alive.
Great day. Again, we got the old clubs in the background rocking the England kit. Running order today. I've literally got 10 pages worth of stuff to talk about, and I'm not joking.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not joking, but we're gonna start
Long
with.
night. Strap yourselves in.
Yeah, we can go
in.
We can go longer than an hour. Group A to H recap, and recapping our predictions is going to start. We're going to have a little talk about England. I want to talk about the draw and teams playing for draws, Japan and Poland, the farce of the game, and then we're going to make some more predictions because they went well last time. And then I've got a couple of funny stories to tell, and if you stay tuned, you'll find out. I told Lee one, and I deliberately didn't tell him a second, but I'll tell both.
Always up for the funny stories.
Yeah, so Group A, as we start our first match. That finished Uruguay 9 points, 0 goals conceded, Russia 6 points, Saudi with 3, and Egypt with 0. Lee, you said Russia and Egypt, you said Uruguay were maybe going to come 4th.
No, that was before you said go deep.
Before I said go.
Absolute letdown.
Yeah, that was a bad one by me, I think.
Shame.
Me and
Me
and Dan both said Uruguay first, Russia second.
We did indeed.
What did you think about this?
I said Russia would win, do really well, and they did.
Yeah, you were joking about cheating.
Nah, I still think they cheated.
Talk about Russia, because they weren't very. Before it started, their fans were even writing them off. They were worse than England fans. They were saying, we're going to come bottom, this is shocking, why we got the World Cup. They're loving it now. Maybe not so much after the last game.
There is no way that they cheated, cough cough. Give me my cash.
Allegedly.
There's no... allegedly. No, the first game, wow. First game,
I think they cheated.
What a game.
Obviously, hosts, blah blah blah.
Yeah, but you always want them to stay.
They world stage. They're trying to show the world and go, haha, look at us, we're hosting it. 5-0. Thank you very much. Well,
yeah. Yeah, that really.
No, I thought they did really good.
That was really good.
The second game.
Remember we talked about Salah a lot because that was before we knew about his injury and stuff like that. You said the rumours were he was going to play all of the games. He didn't actually come on in that first one, did he? They were going to come out. They were going to bring him on, but they didn't, and then they conceded right at the end. Was that why Egypt finished with 0? They were on such a low after that.
They can't be a one-man team, can they, Mr. Ronaldo? I see. But...
yeah, get onto him in a bit.
We'll get onto him in a minute. It was disappointing.
I don't think he did very well at all.
He wanted to get a goal, didn't he? And he got 2 in the end, didn't he? Because he scored from the spot and he scored in the last game.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Saudi with a win as well.
I was at work.
Saudi with a win.
Saudis would do right.
You did say the Saudis would do pretty well. Got to talk about Uruguay. First team since I can't remember how many World Cups. 0 goals conceded. That is impressive, even in a group like this.
Yeah.
I don't think they had much of a challenge, to be honest.
Yeah, but
like the Saudis and Egypt were good, but compared to Uruguay.
But when we've got, Panama have scored against England and Belgium, and you think there's harder teams in this group. They did do pretty well. They were slow in the first game, and in the second one, Suarez and Cavani, I don't even think they're playing at their best right now. So that'd be a good game, I think. In
the knockouts is where it all comes into play. Always is.
Yeah, I think rightly so. People are taking notice of Uruguay, taking a little bit of.
Still don't rate him.
Well, no. Let me just get something up on my phone. As you said, people are taking notice of Uruguay. The one and only Mark Lawrenson. Well done, my God. The
Best
way you've been commentating this beast, dislocated shoelace.
He hates everything.
He's actually put Uruguay winning 1-0 against Portugal.
I did see. So there's a lot of articles going around about half of Uruguay's job, or more than half, is if they stop Ronaldo, they've got a huge chance.
Oh yeah, of course. Just hack him down every 5 seconds, let him cry off the pitch.
Let him cry off the pitch.
And then, yeah. Uruguay are not a side to be trifled with.
No.
I didn't really watch Group A, so I don't really know.
You know, I think I quite enjoyed Group A.
I don't watch it.
It does seem a very long time ago, that 5-0. It really does.
It does.
What
a ride it's been.
What a ride. B then. So we had Spain finishing with 5, Portugal finishing with 5, Iran finishing with 4, and then we had Morocco finishing with 1. All 3 of us said Spain and Portugal. I don't think we really said the order.
I said Spain win.
Yeah,
I said Spain win and Portugal.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
said Spain and Portugal.
It was quite, quite close.
But I did say Iran would do well with all that war stuff.
Yeah, there's only
It was-
one place to start, and it's probably still people's game of the tournament. That 3-3.
3-3. Firstly, what a game, so I was happy, but also I was annoyed because I said 3-2 Spain in my predictor. So I was annoyed at that.
It was good.
They cost me 30 points.
Wow.
But other than that, what a free kick by Ronaldo at the
A
end.
lot of free hit.
Ronaldo was too good that game. Like a man possessed.
Yeah. De Gea, I've got a note here. De Gea, not on top form. Lee, you were raving and saying Spain weren't doing well, and then you said, okay, Putin's just come up if you're watching the video, but you said De Gea was going to do well. De Gea, he got a mistake against.
He's been
against
awful.
a few teams, hasn't he?
He's been awful.
Is it the
But like I said,
pressure Lee,
like I said,
or
the knockouts?
No, that Ronaldo shot, that was actually quite hard.
do you? Oh my god! Do you think that he doesn't have a competition and that's not helping him? Like, they're not going to say you're out.
They're not going to replace him, but I don't
Exactly.
think there's any of that. I think it's just genuinely a hard shot.
Who is the second keeper for Spain?
I don't know who they took. I
It's
think
Reina, isn't it?
Someone out like real.
did they take
Sounds-
Rico or
Probably.
or Casilla or something?
Someone I don't.
But
really
that's
know
a bad
that
thing. That's a bad thing. We should be, if you can't name it, then you know that it's not going to go in.
I honestly don't know.
Another note: Morocco. I've put in Morocco could have had 9 points.
Right, and Morocco were good.
I was impressed with Morocco,
What
except
shot
for
that one then?
putting the ball in the back of the net.
At one point, I said Morocco Iran go through.
It's a big plus point, right? Putting the ball in the back of the net, you
That
think?
was that was definitely the best one.
Iran. So Iran finished with 4 points, which is incredibly good. What about that last one, Iran versus Portugal? The penalty right at the end, and then the chance for the striker, where he put it into the side net and would have knocked Portugal out. I don't think a lot
I
of
was
people
off-
thought we were off
Yeah.
our seats, but that's because we wanted Portugal to make it a little bit easy. But it was a harsh penalty. It just come off his head and hit his hand. That was. There was VAR today, so Kalina, the ex-referee, said he was talking through some of the choices and decisions made by VAR, and he was saying 99.4% have been right. I'm not sure about that one. That one would have cost Portugal and Ronaldo.
All the war, just let them have it.
What you saw? The header.
Yeah, when it come onto his hand,
That
and
one. Yeah, that was awful. That
and then
referee.
then they got the
should just
chance.
shot.
They got the chance straight away, and they could
I don't
have
think
knocked
I
Portugal out.
I wanted Iran to win, so I liked the decision.
Turn over my notes. Good talk. Good talk. C then. If I'm thinking A and B, I enjoyed A and B. If we were rating groups, I'd say good groups. C, we had France finishing on 7, Denmark finishing on 5, Peru finishing on 3, and Australia finishing on 1. Lee, we all said France and Australia.
Yeah.
I think more in
It
hope.
was pretty even. It was France or other three. It was
Other
super
three.
group.
I've put here So first thing to talk about, France have finished with 7 points. They are in
Not really good.
disarray. Absolute
They
disarray.
haven't impressed me. They've won the group, but they haven't impressed me
France,
at all.
we're recording on Friday if you're watching live now. France-Argentina tomorrow. We haven't got onto Argentina yet, but two teams playing...
Two bad teams.
Playing poorly. France do not know their starting 11. And
I
we
don't know.
are...
Tweedy left wing was a highlight.
Matuidi left wing is rumoured to be playing there again tomorrow.
Really?
Deschamps does not know his team, but, and I've said this was not helped. He changed the team for the Denmark game. I want to talk about that when we talk about the Japan and Poland game later on. But he changed the team, and the people who came in, Lamar came in, Dembele came in, Nzonzi came in, Giroud came in.
You guys are lucky you didn't have to watch that.
Yeah,
saying.
they did not play well. And no one in his team was give him that, you know, put me in the starting team, and it was mental.
I don't think there's a single shot. Like, it was bad.
No.
I don't understand France because they got a team full of world class players, but no one's ever turned up. And well, they haven't turned up for any Pogba, right? World class, you should think.
Yeah.
Didn't turn up in Premier League season. Didn't turn up at the World Cup. I haven't seen no brilliant yet. Griezmann, same thing.
Pogba's overrated.
I haven't seen from the whole French squad. I've not seen any.
No, not a player.
Griezmann.
I think if you... No,
The
but
person who
anything
tries the
excites me.
most is Kante.
Kante and Mbappe have a sliver of hope.
Yeah, but they're both quite young.
But the
But
rest...
France will win against Argentina because Argentina shouldn't even be there. It's great for them.
Argentina have lost. Yeah.
They
Messi's
played
unfair.
absolutely awful.
Okay, save it.
Messi's rubbish.
Well, Denmark, I've got to give them props. I want to have a go at them
My
later, but
team.
ignore that last game. I think they played pretty well in the other games.
My team.
They did play well. Ericsson's playing well. They're that sort of team that you don't really want to face because they're a bit, you know, they're...
I'd face them. They've been bad when I've watched them. Not great.
Yeah, but they're quite, you know, disciplined. They're the Switzerland-Sweden sort of team.
Yeah.
D then, because we want to talk about Argentina. We'll try and avoid talking about knockouts, but more talk about how bad they've been. This group, my words were this is a group with a big team at the top and 3 equal teams. I wasn't talking about Croatia. I was talking about Argentina. But the group finished Croatia on 9 points, joining Uruguay with that honour. Argentina on 4, Nigeria on 3, and Iceland on 1. We all put definitely Argentina first. Lee said Iceland last, Argentina and Croatia. I said Argentina and Croatia, and Dan, you were up for Nigeria to just scrape ahead of Croatia.
I was, but I was half taking a mick, half not.
Brilliant.
'Cause, you know, no one's certain.
I did say in the podcast. we should
But
rule out
that being said, I don't know why people are knocking the Croatia team, even myself, because they have got some decent players.
Yeah, we did say on it that we thought, you know, they got a decent lineup.
Modric.
The experience sort of thing. I've written here that I've had a ranking, and after about midway through, I was thinking Uruguay and Mexico were literally the best teams I've seen. After the last game for each team, and looking at it, Croatia for me, best team. That game,
Best
What,
team
to win the
Croatia.
World Cup?
best team on
Team,
performance so far. I'm not going to say they're going all the way because knockouts are mental, but their performances in the group have been the best. The game against Argentina, we can knock Argentina. They demolished Argentina. Modric for the 3rd goal and
Yeah,
everything.
but
That was
Argentina weren't
amazing.
really trying.
No, but it was a good performance there from Croatia. But then thinking about it, all teams played well at some points in the group. Nigeria played really, really well against Iceland. Iceland had a great game, first game against Argentina. Croatia played well all the time, and Argentina showed up in the last game. Messi then. So you want to talk about it, but so you're saying they didn't play well. We'll try and talk about the game against France in a bit more detail later, but you're saying they didn't deserve to get there. What have you thought about Argentina or Messi so far?
Absolutely disgusting. They have not put their A game at all. Like most teams in the World Cup now, everyone, well, obviously, they're relying on all their names players, the older players now.
Yeah.
I don't get on Mascherano's in the team.
And, oh god, don't even get me started. And that little mug Messi, for God's sake. No, they have not impressed.
No.
They have not impressed. Like, it was big team bias, isn't it? That's why everyone goes for Argentina's, Germany's. Which,
Yeah.
obviously, we'll probably go into in a
We're
minute.
smiling at that, but
We are.
it was I think it was telling, and there's been talk throughout his whole career about Ibra and Omri and Eto'o and people like that, about how Messi's got that sort of say over, you know, lineups and sort of, he's a big man. But it was telling that apparently this is only allegedly him, with the help of the players, decided that lineup for the last game. They've taken it away from Sampaoli already, and they've basically, Sampaoli is out of a job, and he will be at the end of the tournament even if they win.
Yeah.
But can you have a team with Messi? I know it's Messi, but he's running a sort of gang, it seems like, and choosing his players.
Because it's his last World Cup, he wants to feel as relevant as he can.
Yeah, there's a lot of call for Dybala and people like that. He put Higuain in the last one, but it just seems a bit disjointed. It just seems a little bit mental right now. A little bit like they're papering over the crack, same as sort of France.
I don't think they'll get much further.
No, but it's just a little bit worrying when that happens for me, when you hear a player's sort of taking over.
And then the show, yeah. Same with Neymar, though.
Well, we're on to Group E now, so we've got Brazil 7 points, Swiss with 5 points, Serbia 3, Costa Rica 1. Dan, we all agreed in this one, the top two, Brazil and Switzerland. We thought it would be close. There was a couple mentioned for Serbia, and I remember we were writing off Costa Rica and how bad they were against England. Brazil not out of top gear.
See, they've not really impressed either.
No.
Not really impressed at all.
I think it was telling that when they were 2-0 up in that last game, some of the football was good. And you get the tricks, but they were interlinking quite well and creating a few.
Don't get me started on Neymar, noodle leg.
But there was a real tell of. It's almost seemed like they were lacking in. They were the favourites before the World Cup. They're actually still up there at the top with Spain. It seemed like they had no confidence for a team that's the favourite, and they had to be 2-0 up to get a bit of confidence. Seems a little bit weird.
Overconfidence. That's what I think.
Okay.
It's not that they haven't got no confidence. It's overconfidence. Oh yeah, we can walk this. We can walk into any players, any team, any competition. We've got this all day long because we're the mighty Brazil. No, mate. That's why they were so cocky and doing like Neymar, bloody unnecessarily doing his tricks. What are you doing, mate? Play your football. Tit.
Coutinho, three got involved in the goals and assists, moved up to favourite now for Golden Ball. We did talk about Brazil. If Brazil won it, we thought Coutinho would probably deserve it, but it would go to Neymar. Right now, Coutinho deserves it. He's been the star, hasn't he, really?
He's been alright.
He's been alright.
No, he's been mixed into everything. He's up there.
The crazy thing, this is a stat I wrote down because I thought, like a lot of people, they are the favourites, and sometimes you put a team at the top and favourites because it is Brazil, and you think, when you hear Brazil, you think Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, and you're thinking Neymar has played well they should be up there, not necessarily judged on their performances, but the 20 games that Tite has been in charge, and he named the squad back in March as well, so he's had this team. The 20 games that manager has been in charge since he took over from Dunga, they've kept 14 clean sheets in 20 games, which is impressive. Very impressive. And if you don't concede, no matter how bad you are, you always feel like they could snatch a goal. Do you know what I mean? So that I just saw that. I thought 14 clean sheets. It's going to
You
take
like
a
little
lot.
stat?
I love a little stat. Another note for that: Costa Rica. They weren't as bad as they were against England, but I don't think they. You know, thanks for coming. But Switzerland and Switzerland and Serbia, I was, you know, quite impressed with those. I wouldn't have begrudged
Serbia
any of them
started
going
well.
through.
Serbia
I
started
wanted
well.
Serbia to win, only because they were one of my sweepstakes teams. But you know,
Yeah,
well.
I think they both played. You know, they did
I was
themselves
hoping
proud.
Switzerland and Serbia went through and not Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil are just... If they turn it on, they'll win it.
Yeah, you
what I think.
feel like they're one of those. Move on to F then, one we've been looking forward to talking about. It finished with Sweden on 6, Mexico on 6, South Korea on 3, and Germany finishing bottom with 3 points.
Don't talk about the far.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Predictions were, we all said Germany first. We actually didn't get on to
anyone,
second.
yeah.
We didn't get on to second.
No,
We didn't get on to
say
second.
much about that.
We said Germany definitely. We didn't get on to second because Lee started talking about the Mexicans having a party, which they were after beating Germany.
They were.
Dan
and they
did say South Korea second, and you know they played really well in the last game.
They were quick.
Germany out then.
I was watching them against Germany. They were well quick.
Talk to me about Germany.
See you
Unless it
later.
hurts it. There you go.
What else
Like
is there to
watching
say?
Arsenal.
Except get out and never come back.
I think
It was
England's got to win it
hilarious.
now.
It was funny
Double count to me
because
hilarious.
I don't know if it was because we're the English and we're the English media and we've had our bad experiences
I'm
with.
not the English media.
No, but you know we've had our supporters and that we've got that bad experience with the penalties and they always knock us out. There was that
Nah, just hit
there was
us.
that feeling that you know
Nah, just Auschwitz for me. First thing I
For
thought.
God's sake.
there was this feeling that
They said
even,
never forget.
even after the loss against Mexico, even in the 94th minute against Sweden, even in the nil when they were 0-0 against South Korea, there was always that thought that it's the Germans, you know, they're gonna do this, and they didn't. They had the chances. They nearly got out of jail. Hummels gilt-edged, Werner gilt-edged, Gomez
Werner was bad.
gilt-edged.
Gilt-edge.
Gilt-edged chances, miss.
If Hummels was Colombian, he would be getting shot right now.
Yeah, he would have his head chopped off.
Or
Allegedly.
Iranian.
Allegedly. Well, look at Sanchez. He's getting death threats.
Yeah. I tweeted about it afterwards. If you don't follow me, Angry Badger with 2 R's on Twitter.
Don't bother.
I put Germany need a revolution now. They've got. I think that it's telling when their best player was Julian Brandt, who come on for about 15 minutes each game. The young player from Leverkusen, a youngster in the squad. But you've got to think about the old players. Boateng, I don't want to talk about him. That was a disgrace what he did. But you're not going to have Gomez at the next one. Is Kroos going to be there? Is Khedira going to be there? Ozil is taking
No
the
one's gonna be
brunt from all of their fans again.
Deservedly,
Something's
he's
turned. Yeah, but something's turned. He's been voted their player of the season for about 8 years in a row, and they've turned on him. I just feel like Germany are going to have a new squad the next
Tell you
Euros.
what's happened in that camp. It's low. He's too busy scratching his balls.
See, I don't
Having
even
a
need
little
to say
cheeky sniff.
allegedly because that was on TV, so that's fine.
That isn't. No, he hasn't. He's something's wrong in that camp. Something was wrong in that camp.
Yeah. One more thing on Germany is
They just didn't get on with it.
the next one. That Neuer. I've not seen anything like what happened with Manuel Neuer. In the last minute, it
Him
wasn't.
going up.
It
midfield
wasn't. It
and
wasn't
then
like
banging
it
the bat on
wasn't.
the ball.
It wasn't like he went up for a corner or he went up front. He decided to walk out of his goal during play and play left mid.
Yep.
He called for the
Running around on the
ball.
ball.
They threw him the ball. He tried to take on one of the South Koreans, and it was game over. I just think
Yeah.
the arrogance of him to do that was
Brent Leno.
That's-
Get him in.
was
that's
mental.
Germany,
Mental.
another big team mentality. We can
Let's
walk
give
this, blah, blah,
give a
blah.
little bit of credit to Mexico and Sweden then.
Mexico, brilliant.
Brilliant.
Great game in the first one. I'm not sure what happened in the second one, and it's mental because Sweden come in top. It's funny, isn't it? Because they scraped the win against South Korea through the penalty spot, and then they won the last game, and they're at the top of the table. It was a crazy group.
No.
He's just offside. He's not happy.
Not happy. They had the ghost of Zlatan behind. That's why.
Mexico
I think that's why I'm cheering them on, because my God, if they went out, he would have been tweeting and saying that's because I'm not playing, and they've done it without him. I'm gonna. Yeah, good, really well organised. Good against like Germany until right at the end, but we're gonna skip G just because we want to say a little bit about England and last night. Whilst Lee does this in the box. Shoot! Oh my God! Right, H then. Colombia comes. Colombia came top with. No, I'm gonna do G because I want to go on to talk about Japan. To G, England. To Belgium 9, England 6, Tunisia 3, Panama 0. Dan, you said definitely Panama 4th. You said England and that would draw the last one and go to goal difference. So
I did.
But we sort of had the same goals. We all sort of fought Belgium first, England second. I don't think we thought we were going to be in a situation we were in. Playing for second, all of that. What's your thoughts about that? I know Dan tweeted about that.
I don't think we played for second. I think we put our second team out. We genuinely tried.
It annoys me when people say playing for second or England B. You read my tweets. You've got a squad for a reason.
Exactly.
Resting players. You want to rest Harry Kane. If
exactly.
He ankle, he would bugger up the rest of the
Yeah, Southgate did say that he was. What's the point of bringing him on for 10 minutes? The worrying thing for me is I don't think, you can be happy because arguably we got, the easier run if we can win a knockout game. But the worrying thing for me is that we played a second team. I don't think he wasn't definitely doing it to lose Southgate.
No, just genuinely they were just
worrying
bad.
thing for me, there was sort of like France. I was expecting someone to go pick me. If Rashford put away a few chances, Vardy did something, then Southgate's got that decision. But I think we're back in that situation now where we know the 11. Maybe Delhi for Loftus-Cheek is sort of the only decision he's got to make. I don't think anyone did so.
I don't think it's that much of a talking point.
No, I was a little bit worried about that.
I don't think there's much of it.
Do you think you could?
We did.
Do you think you could play to? Do you think you could play to lose? I heard, listening to them talking on 5 Live and people saying, play for the draw, play for the loss. Is that possible?
Well, they gave it. It's not like they stand around scratching their bloody asses, was it? They're actually playing.
No, exactly. But
what I hate England fans. England fans are so fucking fickle. It's unreal. The players when we win. Oh, yeah, but it's still shit.
I don't get how you can play to lose in football.
The so-called easier route.
Yeah,
there's no easy games in football.
No, we've only won one knockout, isn't it?
They can go anywhere.
The people in the other groups have got through for a reason.
Can I put to you what might happen? I have a really bad feeling that
watching that Japan team.
Yeah. But I'm saying the unthinkable is. We don't get past Colombia, on Tuesday night.
No, the worrying thing.
Are you expecting?
The worrying thing. In my podcast, I said.
Yeah, I know.
My heart says we're going through to the final, but my brain says we're losing to Colombia at around 16.
Yeah.
If that happens, don't blame me.
No, but aside from the result, I'm not caring about the result. I'm caring about the reaction. If England lose to Colombia,
this will be the most disappointing we've ever been.
Will people bring up? Will they say we should have? That's why we should have won the group and played Japan. Are you expecting? Are you expecting that?
Some sort of. Yes, there's always some sort of backlash from
just
anything.
go, Gareth Southgate out.
I
No,
raised.
there's always. This is why what I was saying about England fans being fickle. There's always some
Yeah.
backlash from them. There's always something
But
with them.
I
They
think
can
this
never
will
be
be the
happy
most
and get behind the boys.
This
Yeah,
is
never.
the most. This is the most since I can remember that anyone's been up for England and that.
yeah. Can I,
Like,
let me
most of the
put
time we're
what
quite
I,
Even if we win, right? If we win, right, the World Cup, yeah, they're gonna be like now. They're gonna be like, oh, and you're gonna have everyone else from every other nation. Wales, you're gonna have bits from Wales, from the jocks. You're gonna have it from the Swedish guy who I was having banter with on Facebook, which is or there's other social media things available.
yeah, not sponsored.
And this German guy as well, who was having a bit of banter with. But
What's your point?
I can't remember where I was going.
I think you're
With
going
it.
to say
Oh.
that they'll say we had an easy run.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Oh, you only won because you played Colombia, and then you played Switzerland,
Yeah.
and then you
But they
played.
lost to South Korea.
But
But
Portugal,
then, they
yeah,
don't understand. In the semis, it will be Spain.
it will be.
Like,
Portugal,
Portugal nearly lost to Iran. So did Spain.
yeah, but we talk about the
Still
reason.
easy teams.
Yeah, the reason people wanted to
I
finish
reckon-
second, they were saying about the Euros and saying Portugal played such an easy run and then they only beat France. You know. Do you think I put this
Doesn't
to?
matter if you win it, you win it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I don't think we care. I
Yeah.
put this to Lee. Do you think you would be more gutted if England went out to one of these easier in inverted commas teams like Sweden or Switzerland in the quarters, or would you have preferred to go and play Brazil and lost to Brazil in the quarters?
I'd
Do you
be
think-
gutted either way. I'd be
Okay,
gutted
yeah.
if we lost either way. I mean, I've just got to
Yeah,
say
but
one
you'll
word.
get the media
Iceland,
backlash if
for
you
God's
lose to
sake.
someone bad.
Yeah,
Iceland.
that's what I feel. Yeah, I think people
But, like-
people forgot
like,
about that
even
so
when people
quick.
say that. But why are Iceland bad? Like, it's only money in that. Like, football, everyone's a human.
Yeah, we didn't
Anyone
play
can be good.
the team difference from then. Let's get a H because we'll talk about our predictions a bit more. I think that we'll get into England and how well we could do. H, so obviously that's a penalty. We know we're playing Colombia, who finished with 6. Japan finished with 4. Senegal finished with 4. Split by fair play, that we'll talk about. Poland with 3. Dan, you said Poland and Japan, so you got 1. Lee, Colombia and Senegal, and I said Poland and Colombia. So we had 1
I
right
should have
each.
been right.
I
Senegal,
thought,
the best team.
Colombia, eh?
Uh, Poland out
I
then.
did.
Poland out. I had him in.
I said.
I had him in my.
they could left.
I had him in my sweepstakes. What did you think about Poland? I thought they would be. They were a number 1 seed. I was not. I didn't see anything from them.
But look at their team. They've got nothing. I knew.
Lewandowski, one-man team.
They weren't
Next,
man
next one. Yellow cards to decide who goes through. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, how else are they going to get it?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors?
No, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There are other arguments. What about who? No, who gets the most corners just to promote attacking football?
No.
Fair play.
So you're happy with the yellow
That's
card?
a silly.
Conversation
Yes.
over. What the FA
Except
decides.
for, except for when you play for yellow cards,
Oh
I
yeah.
suppose, like Belgium did.
Well, cheering the yellows.
That's
and
me.
then-
That's me again. Going back on what I said. Everyone's moaning about something.
Yeah,
but-
you moan about them.
I'm fed up with people moan about VAR as well.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen that Japan-Poland game, but
I didn't.
for the last, so Japan took a big risk. Their manager, what was that? Japan took a big risk, and
But you see it everywhere.
their manager came out afterwards and said, on about the 82nd minute, they decided to take a risk that Senegal would not score, and they were just not going to attack. Poland were happy because they wanted a win, and they just stood there on the halfway line, passing the ball back to each other, back and forth, just like
I
West
don't know
Germany.
you could do that.
Just like West Germany, Austria, 1982, where they decided, that after the West Germany, Austria game, they decided that all games would be played at the same time to avoid stuff like this happening. Is there anything that we can do to stop that, or do you think that's going to happen no matter what?
Have what did you say?
Ban phones in the ground.
But you're going to know
this.
You're going to know the score. It's just whether it's hard because how you get there's like no punishment that can be handed out, but they booed them off at the end because people paid money to go to that. You could be a neutral, and if people aren't trying, then I don't really, what's the point?
Football's an entertainment at the end.
It should be. It should be.
It should get it. Yeah. It should get.
But in the whole grand scheme of things, Japan winning over Poland's not the biggest issue.
I can't remember who was saying it, but I was listening to because I was catching up on a lot of them through radio and Radio 5 Live, and at the end of the game they weren't, Japan and Poland weren't trying to win, but there was at points in that game where Colombia and Senegal weren't trying to win because both of those were through, so you sort of half a one.
No, I don't agree with that. I watched the Senegal-Colombia game when both teams attacked.
No, but Senegal did try a lot more once Senegal were losing.
Senegal were trying the whole game. Trust. Okay. I watched it. They were. Senegal were going for it. They deserved it the most.
Okay. Let's go. I think we can just talk about things that you want to talk about when we go through the tables. So we'll just wait for the end of this match, and then we'll talk about the knockouts. I know
VAR.
we're gonna go on. Talk about VAR before we move on to the knockouts.
People moaning.
So, like I said earlier, Peligi Colina, the ex-referees, come out. He says, I'll try and look up the figures in a minute, but I think it was 94% of decisions are right. VAR has made that 99.74%.
Ref's decision of the day is final. It's his interpretation of the law book. People need to remember that.
Are you for it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's just a question. Well, I wouldn't say everyone is. It's sort of like Brexit.
Well, I don't know. I have.
Why not?
It's
the best thing.
No, it feels weird.
Yeah.
It's not like I agree with it. It's not like I agree with it or I don't agree with it. I'm not like sitting on the fence with it. I don't know. It just feels weird because. Yes, it makes things fairer.
It doesn't take that long.
No, it's nothing to do with that. Yes, it makes things fairer, and it doesn't feel like football.
No, the changes that
you've got to have like that was a penalty. You're playing at referee. I don't know. It gets rid of some of the excitement, maybe.
Yeah.
I like it, but I like the excitement of waiting. You see
except for
VAR coming up, and you're like, oh my god.
When you're in the ground, though, do you think they need to change a bit of that because you have no clue?
They said that about cricket back in the day when they first started getting Hawkeye and that.
And cricket and rugby. But do you think
this doesn't feel like cricket?
Do you think?
And nowadays, this is just it.
Yeah, so I'll put a few things to you then, and you two can say what you think about these proposed changes. Then, referees mic'd up and people being able to hear what they're saying and just know in the stadium what's going on a bit more.
Yeah.
For that change?
I don't see why that isn't a thing.
I think the difficulty with the talking is that in rugby we're hearing it when English-speaking refs are doing it. Not every ref is going to be.
Yeah, but I think you should have to mic yourself up for the VAR. So say when he's looking at the TV screen, you should say what he's thinking.
The ground needs to be seeing VAR, which they're currently not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next change is, it hasn't happened a lot, but there's a couple of times when it's, you're not sure whether it should. Teams have wanted it to go to VAR and it hasn't, and then sometimes it's gone to VAR and you are sort of like, what? There was one, I can't remember the game, and then he looked at it once, and then that was, it was like, no.
Yeah. It was Senegal one.
What about American football style, two or three reviews, and then once they're gone, they're gone? So if you're a manager, because we've got a lot of people, they got.
I think you should.
Well, like
We've got the people drawing the TV screens right now. They're going, you know, they're going. You've seen Pepe doing it and all of that, and they're doing the TV screen, like TV screen. If there was, you know, you went, the captain went, review that, please, and the ref went and reviewed it.
I think you should have automatic reviews on penalties, but any other thing that team wants to review, like red cards instance and that, or penalties they haven't reviewed,
yeah,
then they should be allowed to, like 2 or 3.
Yeah. Before we make our predictions, then we're going to go back to the horrible wording of easy side and hard side of the draw. I haven't spoken to you two about my idea, but I have tweeted it a little bit about. It just really annoyed me. I've been annoyed since people started considering easier games like Dan has. It's hard because I've been looking into it as well, but I don't like the fact, and this might be me, of that you know who you're gonna play. Okay?
You're an idiot.
I don't like the fact that you're saying, we'll come second. I'm just thinking, if you relate the way that the draw works in here to the Champions League, if, say, Man United were in Group A and Barcelona were in Group B, we wouldn't get a situation where you know, Man United and Barcelona were saying, let's come second to avoid each other. It's why the Champions League do draws every round, so that teams don't know who they're facing. Yeah, would you think? I just feel like that would avoid some of the. Oh, we're gonna play this team, and then we're gonna play this team. Oh, that'd be easy. Whereas if it was a draw, like a Champions League sort of draw, then if you come second, you might play an easy team, you might play a bad team, you could play, and then after the first v second in the Champions League, you play anyone. But obviously, looking into it, I've seen about, you know, it'd be tough to put in because some teams would have to play after no rest, and fans know where they have to go and things like that. So
it's just tradition, I think.
Yeah, it's just something that just, you know, got to me a bit. I was just thinking about the Champions League and imagine how.
Football, man.
Yeah, but I just imagined how bad it'd be. I think it's just because England haven't had that where we've been planning out our route so easily. Do you know what I mean? Because we're so confident. Whereas in the Champions League, I was just thinking it'd be funny if Barca were planning out playing, you know, Roma, Arsenal, and someone else. I don't think
Southgate was in the dressing room planning out to lose.
No, and I don't think that. I think the fans wanted to. Fans wanted to lose. I think the players.
That's what the fans
no, but I'm saying.
The fans are saying start Phil Jones.
Yeah, I respect it. I just don't think we played that well. While we go into a mental penalty shootout here, we're going to talk about the first game then. France versus Argentina. Talk to me.
France 4-0. I really don't like Argentina.
God. France don't look like scoring a lot of goals, but you're going for France. I'm happy to say what. Yeah, okay.
Pogba and Kante to sweep up. Good back four. Oh my god.
If I said, go on.
Mbappe and Griezmann to turn up. It'll be quite a good one.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. If I said to you before the tournament, guess what? You're going to have a France versus Argentina very early on. You'd be licking your lips. I'm sort of sat here thinking, what am I going to get?
I don't think Argentina do well watching them.
No, damn.
They won't turn up at all. They won't turn up at all. No, let me.
Do you think that's giving them a chance?
Got anything to do with?
Do you think the fact they've got France has given them a chance?
No, they'll be pooing themselves.
That'd be quaking in the boots.
France are a good team.
It will be a good game. It will be. I'm not gonna. Two big giants football. Obviously,
yeah.
I'm not gonna.
One of them to go out. We won't be playing one of them in the final. Let's say that.
Exactly. So it is tasty. Let me just get my thing up and show you what God of Football Mark Lawrenson has predicted.
He's got like a
He said 2-1 France.
Okay. So
2-1.
And I'm
So 2-1
I'm
to Argentina
actually-
then. Argentina winning
actually
coming.
going to agree with him.
Okay.
What?
And say
I
2-1
can tell you
France.
what's gonna happen. Messi's gonna sit back too deep. Mascherano's gonna be trying to be good.
Yeah,
Benega's gonna have a shocker.
and then Frappy Mappy is going to come up and knock one in the top bins.
Frappy Mappy.
Frappy Mappy, that's what I'm calling him now.
I definitely
Frappy Mappy.
think it'll be a fashion.
Okay. And obviously the winner of that will go on to play either Uruguay or Portugal. So we've spoke about Uruguay, 9 points, no goals conceded, and then we've spoken about the brilliance of Ronaldo. But Portugal did only finish second with 5 points. I think they were cheated out of it a little bit, but
2-1 Portugal.
okay. So goals conceded for Uruguay and straight out.
I'm
Yeah.
ruling out Uruguay again. Portugal.
That big man with the
3-2.
brace. Big man with the brace.
I think it'll be a cracker of a game.
Yeah.
Neither team's got good defence.
Feisty? You expecting?
No.
Because Pepe, Suarez, Pepe's been diving when he got. Pepe went down when
them
he had
two
a pat
will
on the
be,
back
but no
from.
one else.
Pepe had a pat on the back and he went flying.
Pepe's an absolute idiot. He's been a mug. This
Cost him the
tournament.
goal against Spain, didn't he, Diego Costa? So you're going for. You're all going. You're both going for Portugal.
Portugal. 2-1
Ronaldo.
Portugal. Yeah.
So we'll remember that. We'll go through it and then we'll go through what you think for the semis and that. So Brazil versus Mexico then would be the next game on the other half of the half.
Oh, my heart says
Where's-
Mexico.
Brazil not out of top gear.
You're forgetting about
Mexico.
the Sunday games. Are you going on the
I'm
side?
just going on the
You're
left-hand
forgetting
side.
about the Sunday games,
Bloody
Martin.
hell.
Go in chronological, please.
Sounds like a vicar. No, I've written this out like a proper table. So Brazil, Mexico, please.
I reckon everyone's counting out the Mexicans.
I
Because it's a
bloody
big
hope the
team.
Mexicans win. That would make
I
my
reckon
day.
it will be. I want to.
Not
I want
even-
to, and I
Can
want,
we talk
and
about
I
the
am going to say it's going to be a
atmosphere
big
of that
game.
The atmosphere in that stadium will be electric.
Yeah.
I really
both
hope it's not
love
going to
a
be a 0-0. But I'm going to say Brazil just to scrape through 1-0.
Yep.
No way.
That'd be their
I
15th.
genuinely-
That'd be
I
their
genuinely
15th
think
clean
that's
sheet
it.
in 21. Stat man.
I think it'll be like a 2-1.
2-1. No clean sheet.
to
I really
Brazil.
want to say. I really want to say they get to penalties and Mexico win on penalties. But
I could.
nah, Brazil scrape through 1-0.
So they'll
Silva
obviously.
to nod one in on the 91st minute.
That's surprising because you've got them in your fantasy team, right? Belgium versus Japan.
Oh,
Belgium.
hang on. Let me tell you what the god of football
4-0.
has put.
God's
He
sake.
put 2-0 Mexico.
Can we
2-0 Brazil, sorry.
Can we
Whoa, I was gonna say.
get him on this podcast?
Hang on.
He just
Hello.
say something racist.
He probably would. He'd probably say so.
He is racist. He's hated every team that's not white.
He's what's the internet?
I've got no joy in football at all.
Belgium, Japan.
4-0, 5-0. They're done thrashing.
I didn't think the Japanese were going to win
Have
by
you
that
seen the
much,
Japanese
but
keeper?
No. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. 2-0.
Japanese
2-0
keepers on
Belgium.
this Tamagotchi.
I think the
constantly.
Japanese.
He's
I
a
think.
mug.
I don't think Japan will win 5-0, maybe 2-0, like Dan said. You're very
2-0
confident in them.
Belgium.
Belgium are good. Belgium, Lukaku versus Yoshida. Come on,
Yeah. Mental.
it's gonna be thrashing.
So we're going to work out this left-hand side of the draw, the quote-unquote.
There's a lot of thrashings going on and
Lot of
these
thrashings.
predictions.
I'm liking
Only
this.
2.
Lee, where are you, by the
Portugal-
way, while we wait in the background?
Oh, sorry.
So we're going to work out the left-hand side, that quote-unquote hard side of the draw that England are magically not playing in. So your prediction was France were going through, and France were playing Portugal in the
France.
semi. Was that a semi? No, quarter.
Cause.
Quarter. France versus Portugal then.
France.
Portugal.
So for a team that you said are not very good, Lee, you've got them going quite far.
They're not good, but they'll turn up.
Okay. I'm not arguing because my bet
did
was
say-
France.
At the end of this, at the beginning of this, I did say France were dark horses to win, even though they are a big team. It doesn't technically make a bit of dark horses, but
France will dominate.
I'm still gonna. I'm gonna go Portugal.
Okay, I'll make it more interesting in a minute. Brazil, Belgium. The game England are magically. The game England are magically not playing. Brazil,
not being
Belgium.
funny. That's the best game of the tournament.
Yeah, on paper.
I have no clue. My sweepstake, Belgium, 3-0.
I think the interesting thing here is going back to the Brazilian. How good you think of Brazil and you think of the flair and up front, but they haven't actually clicked that well up front. It's been the clean sheets, like I said. So, say they got there and they've got the 14 or maybe 15 clean sheets. They're playing a Belgium team who are very good up front.
Belgium team look good.
Very good up front.
I'm not
so that's going to be.
I'm not so sure. I'm going to say that's going to be good penalties.
And the winners.
That's the closest game of this World Cup.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to say.
A final. A deserving final.
Belgium.
I think Belgium deserve to win.
Belgium.
Okay, 2 Belgiums. So we've either Belgium will play in Dan's prediction. Belgium will play Portugal in the semi. In Lee's, Belgium will play France.
Cool.
Belgium.
Belgium to beat.
Belgium.
What about if it was France then, Dan, instead of Portugal? Still Belgium?
Belgium.
So Belgium,
Belgium.
to the final, flying
Belgium
straight through to the final.
Yeah.
Belgium are crazy good.
Okay. You get your wish with some different games. Spain versus Russia, the easy side of the World Cup, the breezy side. Get your glasses out. Get your swim shorts on. Spain versus Russia.
Someone's a flag lover.
Russia 2-0.
Mind you, Spain. What have they been doing this World Cup?
No, they've seemed to putting themselves behind and then somehow won the group.
Spain don't really have a striker apart from Diego Costa.
Yeah.
Still think.
Isco's played really well. Shout out to him.
I agree.
He's been the talisman for that team.
You can't.
Holding it together.
I think even in an England hope, you'd be hoping for Russia. In a tournament hope, you'd be hoping for Russia, because it'd be a shame for them to. They're enjoying it so much.
I'd love to knock them out.
They are, but it's bye bye.
Bye bye, Spain. I think they'd be happy. Like I said before, Russia, are, especially on the sweepstake draw as well. I mentioned it. Russia were below Saudi Arabia in the rankings before the tournament. I know you don't get any points when you don't have to qualify, but they've still impressed. I think they've got a little bit of hope. Do you know what I mean? So it's nice for them. Round of 16. Thanks for coming. Well, yeah. Don't go home because you are home. Croatia, Denmark then.
Croatia
versus Denmark.
Can't see past them.
Croatia, yeah, they'll win that quite easily. I think it'll be a
was there, then maybe.
Yeah. That'll be quite. That's a simple one. Denmark are good, but they're not well.
The matchup of the meatballs versus the cheese. Sweden versus Swiss.
Oh,
Sweden.
I don't know.
Sweden,
I think Switzerland.
Okay, 2 different. I think that one's just.
Football agrees with you.
That one's just pulling.
Mark Lawrenson.
Oh, does
we
he?
hear from him
the
again.
Oracle.
The Oracle. We can hear from him again. He said 1-0 Switzerland.
Brilliant.
Yeah, me and Mark.
And then
no, I'm going 1-0 Sweden.
I do think that.
But you watch Shaqiri.
I do think that one's like pulling. Like putting your finger in the air, do you know what I mean? And putting your finger in the air and seeing which way the wind blows. It literally does not, there's no logic behind that. They've both played well. They both have got good players. I've got a dodgy feeling about if we played Sweden. I just feel like they'll nick a goal against us, do you know what I mean? Whereas Switzerland, I'd feel more confident if England got through and played them, and England would get there if they beat Colombia on Tuesday night, and will they? That is the question.
Colombia are rubbish. I watched them against every team, and
Well, they did well against who did they win the second one against? Senegal?
They played
the second one.
last.
Oh, Japan then, wasn't it?
The second one.
Oh yeah, so it must have been Japan. They played well in the second one with Falcao. The only one where James Rodriguez played the whole game. Because he come off again. As we talk, they're waiting on a scan. Even with him, are they a worry for you?
No. No threat.
No threat.
No threat whatsoever. If we go back to our first string 11.
There's me.
Oh, for God's sake, there's me saying England B.
Momentum. No. Let me just say.
I look forward to it.
Are you the believer?
Mr. Harry Kane will be back up
The
front.
only worry I have is the Colombians bring a lot of fans.
Yeah. Are you the believer in momentum? I've heard that a lot on social media. England losing. Oh, we've just lost loads of momentum now. It's going to be hard for the first team to come in.
Players.
Do you think they can come back in?
They're professionals, for God's sake. Pick yourself up, dust yourself down.
Yeah, I think.
And get back to it.
I heard a great thing and thinking, why are people talking about this different? It's sort of like, say you played in the Prem on Saturday and you won, and then your manager changed the starting 11 for the Carling Cup and you lost. Have you lost momentum? No one says that, do they? The first team are saying, okay, that was the cup, we've lost, who cares? I don't think Kane
I think the first 11 will be more up for it, because I've just seen...
I think the first 11, I think...
do terrible.
Yeah, the worry is...
yeah.
I think they'll just maybe, if we ever match up against Belgium in the final, then we might need a talk.
Which we will.
Bloody hell. Spain, bloody Iceland.
Eden Hazard, I might as well say this first, Mr. Eden Hazard did predict England-Belgium final.
We did.
And we predicted it in the podcast, the first one.
We did. Spain versus Croatia in the quarters.
I didn't say Spain, I said Russia.
Okay, Russia versus Croatia.
Russia.
Wow! Russia to the semis.
Russia are gonna do well.
Got a lot of faith. Are you still on this corruption thing?
It's a bit of money.
You've watched the refs, and no one has a beard, and no one is wearing a hat like you told me they would be.
I never said.
You said no English refs.
I did say it was the refs, but I've now noticed that they're paying the managers and the players to lose.
Allegedly. Oh my God! Why do I have to say that
no,
again?
They are.
No, allegedly. Thank you.
So yeah, Russia. No.
Allegedly, hashtag they are.
Ah, bloody hell! I think they'll do well.
So that would mean that Russia. Dan, you're not saying Russia, are you? Saying Spain, right?
Dan said Spain.
Yeah, of course I am.
Okay, so England would be playing either Sweden or Switzerland for you guys.
Switzerland.
Tougher game. Both teams versus England. Tougher game than Colombia for you.
We'll be playing Sweden.
Is it a tougher game than Colombia?
No.
You think it's easier? You think it's going to be the same? Okay.
Just a lackluster team. They don't really have much.
But do you think the nerves and the expectation, if we're playing that, will be a little bit of an issue, or do you know what I mean? Like,
no. They'll love it. They'll love it.
Okay.
They'll love it.
I'm not saying they won't.
The boys come in. The boys are going to town.
No.
So Spain. Okay, Spain/Russia versus. This just sounds like. We're bought into the hype here a little bit, you two. This is gonna end. This is just ending with an England win. This has been written. Oh, brilliant! Spain/Russia for Lee versus England. Russia will.
We knock out Russia. No.
We've knocked out.
If we do get Russia, then if we get Russia, then
we'll get beat up.
We will win.
If we got Russia in the semis, I would then be looking out for match fixing, definitely.
But if we've got Spain in the semis,
that'd be a tough game. And I think no matter what,
we might be out in semis.
I don't think Spain's that good.
I just feel
I think
like
you might be out.
I feel like our
The
weakest.
Spain team doesn't
I feel
go
like
on
our weakest spot is midfield, and I feel like Spain could keep the. Do you know what I mean?
it.
Yeah, but the way Isco has been playing, I just have a bad feeling.
Okay.
Only joking. England win.
Who's gonna win then in the final?
England, obviously, it's coming home, mate.
Belgium.
Get out.
Hello. What's your thoughts?
England.
What's your thoughts in a what if, then, Lee?
45 quid in my pocket.
No, but what's your thoughts? Ignoring the sweepstake and you want some petrol for your car. England have just lost in the...
Where did the 5 come from? What?
I don't know. He's just made up an extra £5. He can't do maths. He can't do maths. That's why he's not going to uni. Right. Think about England. Yeah, England just lost in the final of the World Cup. What do you think your overriding emotion will be?
Well, I got 40 quid.
I don't care about the money. Imagine we weren't
happy. That is a win-win for me.
I can't have that. I cannot have that.
My face the whole day will be gleaming.
Everyone, are you proud at that point? I'm gonna ask Dan then, because he's more sensible than you. Dan, we just lost in the World Cup final. What are you thinking?
We'll all cry. It'll be a national remorse.
It will be a disappointment, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously because we've lost, and then disappointment because we've got so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So close. Yeah. So far.
I do believe that if we get to the final,
I will be happy. I will be happy with the boys. But then there are no prizes for second place.
No. Can we go back
and
to
that's what everyone will focus on.
Yeah. We'll go back to what you and Lee were saying in the first one. Is this our best chance now? Like even more so. Even more so with the way sort of things are lined up. And it's really weird because apart from being on one side of the draw, all the big teams are through apart from Germany. And it's sort of like, no matter what, England's confidence is up and up and up. And that, not just the players, but the fans. Every single game it feels like people are buying into this more and more.
No, I think this is the most anyone's ride into the World Cup or Euros for ages.
Yeah.
The amount of flags you see in that.
Ignoring.
I don't know what it's like in Western.
Yeah, ignoring the final and the if we got there and how you'd feel there. What would you be happy with at this stage? What eliminate a semi-final for you? So if it was a 16 against Colombia. Is that because if we beat Colombia we'd have Sweden or Switzerland, and you're thinking we should win that?
No. Nothing to do with we've got an easy cup final. You can't think that far ahead.
No, but I'm just saying, is that where you think a semi-final is going to be as good or better, or what you want?
I don't think it's where you come. I think it's a performance.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like we've played better than other tournaments. But if we lost to Colombia on Tuesday, what do you think? Will it flip?
Yeah, but it's the performance.
Yeah, but do you think it? Yeah.
Somehow lose.
Well, put it down on the rest of the old day, wouldn't
it? Yeah, we are going away. I think. Watch out
for a few videos.
Can we say this? If you're down at, I don't actually know the place. It's somewhere in Weymouth. I actually don't know the name. If I knew the name, Little Sea. If you're at Little Sea Haven next week, come to the thing. We'll be singing Southgate You're the One song when we win. We need more than 3 people singing it. Come on down. What a tune! What a tune! I think that's sort of, to me, cracking chant, by the way. Cracking chant.
Southgate face mask.
Yeah, cracking chant, by the way, and a really catchy.
I wish I actually got one.
Yeah, a really catchy song, but ignoring the catchiness of the song, it says something that we've created a song for a manager. I cannot see us singing Hodgson, You're the One, Capello, You're the One, Sven-Goran Eriksson, Southgate.
He's a working class man.
But Southgate, from people saying, oh, he's only... What a goal. Southgate, who's come in because people said, oh, he's the under-21 manager. This is disgusting by the FA, fobbing us off again. It's come in, and he's bloody national hero #1.
Sir,
how's he changed that? How's he changed it?
I think he's young. We like him.
Do you think he's rant about the media, the lineup sort of thing?
He knows it inside out. He knows what it's like to put on that shirt.
He's played attacking football. He's got Wayne Rooney out. That was number one.
Yeah, so did it.
He understands the lads. He's young. He's young as well. He's not like he's old, decrepit, is he?
Yeah.
He knows what it's like to put on that shirt.
Seems like a football man.
Major thing that happened.
National icon.
Regarding England, that's sort of gone quiet again now because it got sorted out. But what was your thoughts on the old the lineup leak? It was against Panama, which is mental when the game ended 6-1. But the whole thing where they took a picture of the lineup where Steve Holland was holding it, and there was people saying it's all the English media who don't help us, and why did they print the lineup? And Southgate come out and said, if you want to help the team, you wouldn't do it. But then eventually came out and said he didn't mean what he said. It was misjudged. Do you think that the English media have to protect? So basically, what happened was
the media, innit? They're all parasites.
Yeah, he was holding the lineup. He was holding the lineup with the changes on it, and then they published it, and it was saying like giving the lineup to the other team is just so English. They want us to fail. Not an issue for you? Does it matter?
Excuse, it?
Yeah.
No, of course it doesn't.
No.
Not against bloody Panama, anyway.
No, exactly. That's why it was such a weird one for me. I've come to the end of my list as Putin goes through. Should score. Anything you want to talk about in regards to World Cup?
He's coming home.
Apart from his coming home.
I think the hype. I don't get the hype this year.
For what?
Why is everyone so inclusive?
What do you mean?
Everyone's up for it.
What? Who? England or?
Everyone in England's loving it.
Yeah.
Like you even got women. When did they like football?
Whoa.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Anyone want to say something that's not sexist, racist, or xenophobic?
It's not sexist.
You say things in a way that's nice, but they just can be misconstrued very badly.
Yes.
While we think, then,
everyone's up for it. It's England. It's our country.
Why is the hype? Because every year everyone's so down about we go to England. No point watching. It'll be rubbish. We'll lose.
So Raheem's done.
I don't feel like there's that. Negativeness.
No, I think that's what we were talking about a minute ago. I think that's what we were talking about, and Southgate's really helped with that, and the young team as well has helped with that. I don't think there doesn't feel like there's sort of a there used to be a sort of club bias. Do you know what I mean? There was a lot of booing, weren't there? At one, I can't remember who it was, but there was a lot of booing of certain players on England duty, weren't there, at Wembley, when like a Man United player would line up and he'd be booed, and a Liverpool, and that seemed to stop now. I feel like people have just said, let's get behind do you know what I mean? Let's get behind anyone.
I feel like these lads get on as well.
Yeah, they do.
You see him on the training ground having a good time.
Let's just stop and admire Sir John Stones there.
Sir John Stones with a banger. If you're listening on just audio, apologies, because he tried one shot, John, and he banged another one facing the wrong way. Brilliant.
I think John Stones is still the best centre-back in the world. I called it.
Yeah, me and Dan have been talking, and it sort of we joked about that, but bloody against Panama, he looked like Franz Beckenbauer out there. He was fantastic.
Bloody hell.
Called it.
We'll let you two think and see if you want to talk about anything else. I did promise a couple of stories.
Ooh, I like stories.
So just we may get back to World Cup, but if you obviously are fed up with World Cup, or you're only here for World Cup, then thanks for listening, and subscribe and like and subscribe to all of these guys.
Of the World Cup? Is it England, Belgium? Is that all of our thoughts?
3 words is our conclusion. It's coming home.
It's
allegedly
coming home.
No allegedly
Hashtag.
here. Hashtag,
Yes, it is.
hashtag, if it doesn't come home, I'll be hashtag miffed. So two stories from work this week. So just chatting, would you like the? I told Lee one of these stories. Would you like the story of someone who turned up and left 5 minutes after turning up, or would you like the story about someone who quit after 2 days?
5 minutes one first, because the quitting one sounds good.
Okay, Lee's heard about this one. Okay, so
this one's good.
If anyone finds this podcast and anyone recognises themselves or the company or me, this may or may not be a true story. So there's someone who
may or may not be fictitious.
Yeah, so there's someone who worked there. What do you want to call him?
Jim.
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Which one? Jonathan?
Jim.
I'm going to call him Jonathan. So Jonathan works there, okay?
Just John.
So I do IT work dealing with
big man.
sort of financial payments, that sort of thing. But I'm a temp. He's a temp as well. He's a temp as well from the same company. He's about. I don't actually know how old he is, but well, what a goal! He's young. Okay, he's probably like early 20s. He sort of seems a bit childish. He started before me, and he's not doing. No, he gets a bus. He's not doing the same work as me because they basically don't trust him. So that's the story. You can tell, like, he's sort of, and he's a little bit. He almost acts like a kid. I've seen him drawing on his computer once, which I thought if I was drawing, I'd be bloody kicked out. And he starts throwing stuff in the air. God knows, he's like a kid. But story is, he's working there on. Oh, they quit. Working there on Monday. So John's working there on Monday. He's on his computer, and stuff breaks on the computer. It's such a dodgy system. Even mine went down. Like, I went for a break, I come back, I couldn't get onto my computer. So he's moaning about his computer, and he moves over to the other side of the room, because we're in a big room. So he moves over to the other side of the room, has the rest of the day. I think he had to go get a manager's login or something, because his had an issue. Fair enough. Next day comes round, okay? We both start work at the same time, but he comes in about 10 minutes late, but they're not that bothered because I think they get there because of the bus. So he comes in late, at 10 past 8. He comes in, goes towards the machine to clock in. I'm not sure if he actually... I think he must have clocked in, but I'm not too sure at this point. He mentions something to a woman who sits down the bottom. John mentions something about his glasses. He says, "Oh, I left my glasses here," like down the bottom, because he moved computers. So he mentions something about his glasses. He goes back to his computer, which is on my side of the room. He does something with his computer, and then he mutters something to himself. So I'm sort of thinking, he's come back in. John's not happy. One, he left his glasses here, and two, his computer's still not working. So he walks out the door. I'm thinking he's gonna find someone, sort this out. It's now 9 o'clock, okay? He hasn't come back. John has not come back. 50 minutes later, he's not come back. I'm thinking maybe he went, he could be anywhere. If we are quiet at times, because sometimes we have to get stuff out by certain times, we can get quiet, and there's other stuff that he can do. He can go help with other departments. And normally, like as I said, he's not the best, bless him. They normally send him out. So someone goes and looks round for him. He's not in these different departments. So we're thinking, where the hell is he? There was a huge push this week on fire and making sure everyone's about. So we're thinking, where the hell is this guy? And then someone comes in at 9 o'clock and we're saying, have you seen John? I know he said his real name, Jonathan. Have you seen Jonathan? And they say, is he on the break or something? Is he on a break? This guy pops up from the back. He doesn't really say much. He said, he better bloody not be on a break, because you're thinking he come in and he goes for a break straight away. That'd be funny. Okay, they're thinking, where the hell is he then? Like, what's happened? The conclusion of the story is this. He went home at 8:15. Ill. So Jonathan came in at 10 past 8. Got his glasses, muttered about his glasses, leaving his glasses there. Went to his computer, tried to get on, went out the door, he went home.
Sounds like a man after my own heart.
But you had to get the bus in. So he's gone to town,
What
got the bus
a
in
plonker.
to outside of where we live, got his glasses, and gone home. Why you call in and say you're ill? Call in and say you're ill.
What are the glasses?
Mental. Okay, we need a new name. Mental story, that one. And he was off for 2 days after that, which is mental. The bad thing was he didn't say he was going home. That was why it was mental. Lee, come on then, because I used Jonathan. Who do you want for this new one? And this one actually doesn't matter because I don't actually know this guy's name. So Jim. So there's 2 shifts there. You can work Monday to Friday, 5 days, 8 hours. Or you can work 4 days on, 4 days off, 12 hours, 7 to 7. The people who work 7 to 7, like Jim was new, they work on stuff that I don't know. They work with NHS. And they split these couple of people who work 4 on, 4 off to be there at different times, okay? This week he's come in and he gets someone someone sits down who knows it, like a trainer, shows him how to deal with this stuff, and then he was doing it slowly on his own while someone watched him. And then I remember people were talking he was down the other end of the room, so I didn't get to speak to him, but people were speaking to him like, what's your name, welcome, he said, oh, I'm not doing 12 hours because they're being nice and letting me do 4 days on, 4 days off with short hours this week. Fair enough, he's doing his stuff. He was in for 2 days out of the 4. He wasn't in yesterday, and I was thinking maybe he's out in a training room. Because I just thought maybe he's out in a training room, Jim might be out there. He doesn't have to come in here and do training, does he? Because he might be in the way. Found out today that Jim has quit after 2 days. His reasoning is that he's not happy with the way we run stuff in the room, and one of his things why he quit was saying he could not understand and he was disappointed that we weren't wearing uniform. Because he can wear what we want. So he's come in.
How old's Jim?
He must have been like 28, 29.
Oh my God,
He's come in, had 2 days training, and then he's told people, like, I'm fair enough if he went and told them, you know, actually this isn't. If he come for an attempt, then you could say this isn't for me. Do you know what I mean? Tell them they can get you out. Say the work's not for me, because he's doing stuff I don't do, so I don't know, like, if it's, you know, boring or whatever. But to actually say to him, you know, I'm not sure why you're not wearing a uniform. It's just so, I couldn't stop laughing this afternoon. I could not believe someone said that.
Kind of sounds like a right kiss-ass turnip.
So we had someone just went home ill after 5 minutes and not told anyone. And then we've had someone who's quit after 2 days and moaned about what people wear.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I didn't think that went in. Yeah, mental story, that one.
That's different.
Been a mental week. Look at John Stones there. Bending that round the corner. Wow, that's actually a good goal. I think we're going to wrap this up. What we're going to say is that we are going away. We're going away, and what I can guarantee you is four episodes at least, hopefully 5, of an untitled program right now, because I'm thinking I actually don't want to get copyright strike, and I don't want to get sued by Endemol. A popular game show, but instead of money, you win varying degrees of confectionery as you advance through hardening questions. Sort of like Who Wants to Win a lot of sweets. So you might know that program when it's money and Chris Tarrant was on it. I guess that doesn't. Yeah, there's definitely going to be 4 episodes of that. They will be going up, hopefully, if I can make them good enough to edit them and sort them out. We'll put them out, so that'll be 4. Might be like weekly or something, so there's something to look forward to. If we got more time, there will be other treats, but that's a minimum. And then we can do more. We want to do more podcasts like this. Maybe they'll be on this game or on a different game, conspiracies and that sort of thing, and we can have a World Cup roundup. But you'll definitely be getting Who Wants to Win a Lot of Sweets, so look forward to that. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, the sweets.
We're going to sort those...
is coming home.
It's coming home.
This week's football, obviously.
So we're planning that on. Today's Friday. Because of the England game, it depended on what day we're going to do it. Hopefully we're going to do that on Monday, so that'd be quite good. Oh, bloody hell. That'd be when that's recorded. Monday night, if we can get... Well, the main people who want to do it are happy to do it Monday. So we'll get that done, and that should be pretty fun. I think that will literally be a real laugh, to have a real life thing, because this is a good being able to talk about it, but it'd be nice to have a real life thing. I can't really think of anything else that needs to be said.
Hashtag it's coming home.
Apart from it's coming home. Basically, the moral of this is it's coming home, and if you work where I work, it's funny. And Lee really thinks Russia are good.
Russia are good. And corrupt.
And that's where we end the video.
Well, we'll end it there, because I have to say allegedly. Lee's on a short list of whether he plays Who Wants to Win a Lot of Sweets, because I don't want him to be... I want those to go big, and I don't want him to put any of his prejudices onto the video.
I wouldn't say prejudices, mainly stereotypes.
Yeah, don't put any... Oh, God. Oh, my God. Yeah, really looking forward to that. Hope you've enjoyed this. Select 3 here. You will see us all in action on the sweet one. I will be hosting. Yeah, it involves varying degrees of money. So the little hint is obviously that we want to. The more things you get lifelines, and the £1 million prize is pizza.
Special.
It's going to be revolved around where we're staying as well, because I don't have loads of money. I've actually spent quite a bit of money on these prizes, but the pizza and the drink are a big thing. So hopefully you enjoy that, and maybe if someone magically reaches those big values, which people are pretty confident they will be up on the $1 million or the £500,000, then that could be added. That could be added, and maybe we'll film him getting a pizza and saying his name's... don't know. Jim. Yeah, Jim. Thanks.
Can't wait.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome.
I think all to say is...
It's always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure. I think the last thing to say is it's coming home. If it doesn't, we'll be #miffed. Enjoy your weekend. Look out for the in real life coming up. And as Lee says, enjoy the World Cup, because we bloody love a party. The English, we absolutely love a party.
We have been loving the party.
We have been. I'll see you next time. Arrivederci.